Welcome to Happy Accident Studios. Today, I've just got a vlog for you. You haven't spoken to me in a while, so here I am. And I just thought we'd have a little chit chat. Yeah. Um, Today, I would like to chit chat more specifically about the autumn thing. You know, leaves are changing funny colors, weird squashes are coming up out of the ground. It's that time of year. And so I've been seeing recipes popping up left and right all over the place. And the one that has really got my attention on Pinterest, Facebook, wherever I happen to see it is pumpkin spice donuts. Homemade pumpkin spice donuts. Now, pumpkin spice did not start with Starbucks, okay? Good old-fashioned pumpkin pie, which is served at Thanksgiving and various other autumn time things in America, that's where pumpkin spice started, just because Starbucks and all the other coffee places wanted to capture that in a coffee syrup and then put it in their coffee. That's totally, by the wayside. It is not Starbucks' fault. Don't blame Starbucks for pumpkin spice. Blame autumn and blame the lovely time where we like to add warming, aromatic spices to our squash-based vegetable treats. So, I was really inspired. I thought, you know what? I actually do fancy making some of these pumpkin spice donuts. I'm not a cook. I don't, I don't make things very often. So let's talk about the journey, shall we? I live in England. I'm American. Sometimes my local supermarket carries a selection of American things. Oddly enough, not a lot of things that you can use together to make something American, but like it's a smattering of, like sometimes they'll have like Jack Daniel's glaze. Sometimes they'll have like the real actual box of Kraft mac and cheese, which I love. And sometimes they'll have canned pumpkin. And at this time of year, they do have the 100% canned pumpkin. No spice, just pumpkin, right? Which is great because I don't like to get the pumpkin, cut this giant thing, which is bigger than any knife in my kitchen, up and just put it, you know, mash it and, do you have to cook it first? I don't even know how you do that. Like, pumpkins are for putting candles in and stuff, right? So anyway, I got the can of pumpkin and I got the spices involved and hoped against hope that in my own kitchen I had all the rest of the ingredients, because I'm pretty sure it's standard, baking soda, baking powder, some kind of butter, flour, sugar, etc. Right? So luckily I was right. I came home, I started mixing all these things together, and then I realized I'm not the proud owner of a donut pan. I'm not going to be baking these buggers. I'm really not. I have a problem, right? I don't have things like piping bags. I don't have things like that. So how does one make donuts? This particular recipe was more like a dough than a batter. So I mixed it all up, and then I put a bunch of flour on the baking sheet, right? Not the baking sheet. I put a bunch of flour on my cutting board, and then I used the little circle cutters to make donut shapes, right? And then I heated up this oil to fry the donuts because fried donuts are so good. And I had such an excess of flour on the surface of these donuts that it just basically, like, it fried it, but then it made this burnt black fuzz all over the surface of it, and inside it was still raw. So okay, I'm thinking, right, I've got to mix more flour into this. I'm gonna have to put it back in the fridge, and that's when I had a bolt from the blue. I am gonna pipe these, and I am going to use plastic bags with the corner cut off. So I put it all back. I put loads more flour in it. I put it all back in, and I kind of spatulaed it into these plastic sandwich bags. Do I look crazy telling you this? This is my life. Okay. I just spatulaed the mix into these plastic sandwich bags, and I put them back in the fridge. And at my next cooking opportunity, which happened to be this morning, I decided to squash down the mixture, cut off a corner of the bag, and proceed to gently pipe a lovely thing out. So what I did was, I thought, I'm going to do it just like they do on the cooking videos. I'm just going to make a lovely little round thing with my piping bag, and it's going to fall into a donut shape, and all is going to be well. What do you think happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened, okay? It came out in a straight line. I tried to make it into a circle and it didn't work. And it was a little bit bigger than I planned. And so I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to keep it in this straight line shape and I'm going to put it in the frying thing. I'm going to put it in the oil, leave it for a minute and a half, turn it, leave it for another minute and a half. But we didn't even get that far. I'm in the kitchen squeezing the bag. My daughter's laughing her head off. I think she's going to have an actual, she's going to burst a blood vessel in her head. And it got worse when I dropped it into the oil and turned it because it started to get darker. I think you're probably seeing where I'm going with this already, but I do not have pumpkin spice donuts after a morning of cooking. No, I don't. And because this is Happy Accident Studios, I'm going to tell you straight from the off that this is a happy accident. And I would call this happy accident number 2 because I don't have pumpkin spice donuts. Oh no, I have pumpkin spice poo. This is not cool. Okay? I mean, look at it. It looks like a poo. It's not orange. It's cylindrical, which is my fault entirely, okay? It's my fault that it's cylindrical. I don't have donut pans. I'm not a cook. This happened. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, dark color, we can fix that. We can fix the dark color, right? Because the oil is probably just a bit too hot. I'll turn the heat down on the oil, right? And maybe if I can keep them in the oil for less time if I make smaller ones. So allow me to arrange on this lovely plate near me what the smaller ones turned out like. This is very not cool. Oh yeah, it's just little poos. Little pumpkin spice poos. Does anybody have any pictures of them actually making these pumpkin spice donuts that don't actually look like poo? Because I'd like to know. Because all week, next week, we are going to be as a family eating poo. And I will indeed eat the poo right in front of you. Because why not? If I've shown it to you on a plate, certainly I'm going to have to eat it, aren't I? I mean, how gross is it? Oh, I didn't tell you. I started making the small ones, right? You know what? I can't talk about it anymore. Everyone has had this experience as a human being that eats. So let's just leave it there. But let's have a look at the inside of this poo, okay? Because this is not a poo, not a poo. All right? Yeah, little still for the screenshot thing. Ooh. Okay, let's like just open this baby up and show you that it is kind of orange and it's very nice on the inside. It's very cakey and it's sprinkled with sugar and cinnamon, which just makes it even better. But just for you and just for now and just for today, I'm going to eat this piece of poo. Here I go. Mmm. Mmm. Tell you what, even poo tastes better if it's pumpkin spice. Mmm. Mmm. So, pardon me. If you too would like to eat poo this autumn season, then I encourage you to get on your Pinterest or just search the recipe websites out there. Got some stuck in my teeth. Search those websites out there for pumpkin spice donuts and just make them like me. Pinch a few loaves into the oil, stir it around for a little bit, take them out when they're nice and brown, and you too can eat poo this holiday season. So happy Thanksgiving and all the other various holidays that one has at autumn time. Any excuse for pumpkin spice, am I right? Poo. Pumpkin spice poo, everyone. Cheers.